Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming to you from Viridian City as it is the Magma hosting the Mythicals in this all-Kanto affair, and we do see that Frisk from the Terrestrial Draftee Forest, but we know the starting Pokemon now hold the Leopard Berries, whereas it is the remaining Pokemon on the bench that hold different berries. But as we were saying, these two sides, both from Kanto, were the lowest two teams on the leaderboard last season, and they want to look to redeem that right here, right now. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the ground types? Will it be the rock types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And as we said, it is going to be that Terrestrial Draftee Forest starting out with Whiscash as they're going up against Dreadnought and Pupitar, and I will do my best to say Whiscash as good as I can as these matches go on. But as we get into the action for it, is going to start out with the Healing Wish. Oh, that is not a good start for the Viridian Magma, as it is taken itself out of this match, and that is not how you want to start your season. Maybe it was confused as to what was going on now that it was a ground type, but it is not a ground type now. It is eliminated as Dreadnought follows it up with the Torment onto Whiscash. That is going to lead to it having to struggle, but before that happens, it is able to set up an electric terrain, and we know that the ground types are not concerned with being hit with electric type moves, as Pupitar is also a part ground type. It does not care about them either, but it is going to go with the stored power onto the water ground type, who is now going to be joined by Golurk with that no guard ability as well. It is the shift gear from Dreadnought. It is going to greatly boost that speed, but it is actually currently the quickest on the field, also boosting that attack in the process, as Whiscash is going to be left to struggle. It gets the critical hit though onto Pupitar, but there is that recoil damage in the process, and Golurk going with the flatter. This is going to leave Pupitar confused, but it also boosts its special attack in the process. And it will need to shake off this confusion, otherwise it is going to be doing damage to itself, and it is actually going to happen. We see that as it does hurt itself in its confusion. Dreadnought, however, is going to go for the Aqua Cutter, and it almost gets the elimination of its fellow water type, who responds with the Judgment onto Pupitar. Not very effective, unfortunately, but Golurk is going to follow it up with the Tackle, putting Pupitar into knockout range. It needs to shake off this confusion or it will take itself out. It is successful though, and it is able to go for the minimize, so it is going to boost its evasiveness. So the best one likely of taking it out is actually itself, as the pin missile now from Dreadnought onto Golurk. This multi-hit move chipping away at the giant ghost type, and even though it's not very effective, it is able to connect for 3 hits there, as Whiscash continues to struggle. This time going for Dreadnought, not much damage, but the recoil damage is going to take it out of this match, and now I don't have to worry about saying that name, as Golurk is going to go for the magic powder. This is going to change Dreadnought into a psychic type Pokemon, so we'll see if the Viridian Magma can capitalize on that, as Pupitar shakes off or snaps out of that confusion and goes for the magical leaf. Super effective onto Golurk, but it does proceed to chow down on that Lancet Berry as it is getting pumped, and it is going to be joined by Quagsire. The spit up from Dreadnought is going to fail. It has not gone for a stockpile, and this allows Golurk to try and capitalize with the Ice Hammer, bringing that hammer down for some great damage there onto Dreadnought, but it does lower its own speed in the process. Pupitar is going to go with the Sludge Wave. It's going to connect with everybody on the field. It almost takes out its own teammate. It almost takes out Golurk in the process. The Amnesia from this very unaware Quagsire is going to boost that special defense a great deal, as the electricity does disappear from the field. And Dreadnought tries for the tackle, but it phases straight through Golurk. But Pupitar, now that it is quicker than Golurk, goes for the Gastro Acid, so it is going to suppress that no guard ability. They don't want it to be going for a fissure, obviously, as we get the charge from Quagsire. It is going to begin charging power here. We'll see if it goes for any electric type moves, but in the process it does boost that special defense, as Golurk is going to go for a Sludge Wave of its own, doing damage to its own teammate, but it is successful in taking Dreadnought out of this match. It actually gets a critical hit on Quagsire as well, but it seems that it is going to avoid being poisoned, as the Magma finally get one on the board. It is going to be the Mythicals sending out their own Terrestrial Draftee with that Champions experience from Season 1. It is Bombardier, who We could expect me to say its name incorrectly throughout this season as well, but I think I'll have much better luck than Whiscash, as I'm already getting better at that. The Terrestrial is going for the Infernal Parade onto Quagsire, not doing that much damage, as PokeType follows it up with the Dragon's Dance, who has been in this matchup since the start. Very impressive to see, boosting that attack, boosting that speed, but it is an easy target. Quagsire could capitalize. It goes for the foul play, and the Commentator's Curse comes into play as PokeType has been eliminated. It's a level playing field. Golurk with the Spark, great damage there, and it's not even super effective anymore on Bombardier, who's going to be joined by Clorf. We get the Shadow Claw from Bombardier, great damage there onto Quagsire. Clorf is going to follow it up with the Inferno. They want the Water Ground type off the field, but that is not very effective. However, it does leave it with that burn. And we will see that passive damage as well as that lowered attack. The Ice Punch from Quagsire does not do much damage there to Bombardier. Golurk following it up with the Wing Attack. Also not very effective, but is more successful than the luck that Quagsire was having as it begins to feel the effects of the burn here in this match. Bombardier is going to go with the Glare, but unfortunately that is going to fail. You have to think it was going for Quagsire, as Clorf, looking to do its part, is going to set up for the Solar Blade. So it is going to begin absorbing light, and the Magma need to be wary of that Anger Shell as the Fury swipes here from Quagsire, trying to chip away at the health of Bombardier, but these are doing minimal damage, and it only connects for 3, and they still did not seem worth it, as Golurk is going to go with the Power Trip onto Bombardier, trying to take it out. They do put it into knockout range, but this proceeds to Bombardier chowing down on that Staff Berry to greatly boost that special defense. Not that it's got much defense to work with at the moment. And speaking of chowing down, Quagsire is proceeding to chow down on its own Staff Berry to boost its speed, and it's now got that speed control, allowing it to try and make that money with the payday, but it did not make much money there on Bombardier, who responds with the dual Wing Beat. It gets the first connection, and the second connection is going to take Quagsire out of this match, putting the Pewter Skulls back in front. And with that, this is going to allow Clorf as well to finish off this Solar Blade that will be super effective onto Golurk, trying and successfully completing the huge play. The Pewter Skulls are in full control, as it is going to be Mudsdale coming out for the Viridian Magma, and it's joined by Clodsire, but that speed control is still on the side of the Skulls. However, it's a Thunderfang from Bombardier that's not going to work on the ground types. Clorf, looking to do its part, goes with the Bind, focusing in on this inner focused Mudsdale. It does have that stamina ability when the Viridian Magma are on the road, but Mudsdale is going to go for the Synthesis, already getting itself back to full strength off the little damage that it has taken in this matchup. Clodsire, looking to follow it up here, goes and sets up for the Sky Attack, so it will become cloaked in that harsh light as those wings take flight into the sky. Mudsdale is feeling the effects of this bind, chipping away at its health, as Bombardier is going to go with the Psycho Cut, getting in some good damage there onto Mudsdale. It's the Blaze Kick follow-up from Clorf. They're trying to get Mudsdale off the field here, but this is going to proceed to that health being restored on Mudsdale by the Citrus Berry that it was holding, and it is going to respond with the Stuffed Cheeks, but unfortunately it did just eat that Citrus Berry. We just saw that happen. The Sky Attack though from Clodsire, chipping away with that not very effective damage onto Clorf, and also getting its health chipped away is Mudsdale, thanks to that bind continuing, as Bombardier is going to go with the Spite onto Clodsire here. It is going to be chipping away at that PP, trying to get it to struggle here on the field. Clorf following up with the Stun Spore. This is going to leave Clodsire with that paralysis, so it will slow it down, although it already is very slow on this field at the moment, but it may also make it unable to move. The Shadow Ball from Mudsdale onto Clorf, and that gets some good damage there, as Clodsire is able to follow it up by setting up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm sure they wish they'd set those up before Bombardier had entered this match when it was still a flying type, as that bind continues on Mudsdale, feeling those effects. It is getting weaker with every turn that happens, and it's the Dire Claw follow-up from Bombardier, not very effective, still gets some good damage, and Claw follows up with the super effective Magical Leaf, putting Mudsdale into knockout range, but it's able to hang on, and this allows it to go for the cross chop to take Clorf out of this match with that super effective move. The Magma needed that one, and Clodsire follows it up with the side strike on to Bombardier to complete their own huge play. We are down to a 2 versus 2 matchup between these two Cantonian sides. We still don't know though who is on the bench for the Skulls. It is going to be that Midnight Lycanroc, and it is joined by the Dusk Lycanroc. We have 2 Lycanrocs on the field. This tag team, we will see how they can work together, bringing that speed that they will have, that they've tried to sort here on the Pewter Skulls this season. The nasty plot by that Dusk Lycanroc, boosting that special attack, the Magnet Rise from the Midnight Lycanroc, so that it can levitate with that electromagnetism, trying to avoid those ground type moves. The Pound from Mudsdale onto the Dusk form is not very effective, and Clodsire is unable to move due to that paralysis. This is fantastic for the Skulls, as it is the Hammer Arm from the Dusk Lycanroc that will take Mudsdale out of this matchup. It does lower its own speed in the process, but you have to imagine this is still going to be quicker than Clodsire, as the Midnight form goes for the Dream Eater, trying to eat the dreams of the Viridian Magma, but it is not going to work on this wide awake Clodsire, who responds with the Poison Sting onto the Midnight form. Not very effective, and it avoids the poisoning, responding with a bind of its own. We saw that affect Mudsdale, and now it is going to affect Clodsire as well. As the Dusk form goes for the charge, it won't be able to capitalize on electric type moves, but it is going to boost its own special defense here, as Clodsire shakes off the paralysis, going for the Rock Wrecker, but that is going to be avoided by the Dusk Lycanroc. However, what is not avoided is that bind, continuing to do damage to the Poison ground type down there on the field, as the Midnight form going with the Esper Wing, super effective there. That is going to boost the speed of Lycanroc there, as Clodsire is going to chow down on that Enigma Berry after taking damage from that super effective move. However, it is the Headlong Rush that is going to take Clodsire out by that Dusk Lycanroc. The health being restored did not matter. The Pewter Skulls with that 1-2 combination have taken the win, and they continue to be undefeated against the Viridian Magma, and this is a great start for the Pewter Skulls, as next round they will be going up against the Pony Stars, whereas this is not how the Magma won the season to start, and the next round they are going up against the Lentil Neos. But with that, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought the best on field was, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.